I've missed seeing Marvel films in the cinema so much, and I didn't realise how much until the logo came up and I got so excited. Hello, I'm Florentina Faconti and welcome to another new release review. Today I'm going to be talking about the new MCU prequel, Black Widow. Before I start my review, make sure you clicked on that subscribe button, and for any updates about my channel, make sure you're following my Facebook page or my Instagram at Florentina Faconti. This film is about Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, and it's set after the events of Captain America Civil War and leading up to Avengers Infinity War. I'm going to put a small spoiler warning on this video for anyone that hasn't seen Avengers Endgame. I feel like the events of that film are pretty common knowledge now, but I will be mentioning what happens to Natasha in that film, so turn off now if you don't want to know. And I won't be talking about any Black Widow spoilers until the end of the video, but don't worry, I will give you fair warning if you haven't seen it yet. This film was long overdue, and not just because of the pandemic delaying the release. I didn't mind that at all. I really didn't care about the extra wait because I was happy to see it in a cinema rather than at home. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but I just feel like it shouldn't have been a prequel. I feel like it should have come out when it's set. Because one, there was no jeopardy for the character. You knew that she was going to survive. You knew that nothing drastic was going to happen to her because she's in Infinity War. And two, Black Widow has been in the MCU since Iron Man 2 came out in 2010, so she really deserved a solo film a lot sooner than this. And now we know that the character's dead, it was really bittersweet seeing her on the screen and knowing what was going to happen to her in the next couple of films. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions about this already. I personally loved it, but I've seen some people absolutely slating it. I mean, it's not my favourite MCU film, but it's definitely quite far up my list. I think some people are hating this film, and I will emphasise that again, some people, due to the title character and the majority of the lead characters being female. Because a lot of people were the same when Captain Marvel came out, and like, what's the common denominator there? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that everyone that hates it is a misogynist. It is very different and unique, so I understand why some people didn't like it. I just think that some people are not liking it for the wrong reasons. This film's tone was a lot more serious than other MCU films, and it did have some comedic moments from David Harbour and Florence Pugh that were done really well, and they were really needed at the time to pick the film up. But the whole thing was a bit darker and more emotional to some of the things we're used to. Black Widow was never one of my favourite MCU characters, but I always thought that Scarlett did a great job at that character. And her performance in this was brilliant. I was wondering how well she was going to lead the film because this character has never been like the main focus. She has always been a side plot in the films. But she absolutely smashed it, and I love that we got more backstory for her character too, because there's always been a sort of mystery over her past. So it was really great to delve deeper into that, and it made the opening so powerful, and it led to a wonderful opening title sequence. My standout favourite performance has to be from Florence Pugh as Yelena though. I love Florence, I think she's a fantastic actor, and I was so excited when I found out she was going to be in this. She had such a great balance between the more comedic moments and the really emotional scenes. She absolutely blew me away in this. She really made this film, and I will talk about her character a little bit more at the end of the video because I don't want to give any big spoilers. I also really love David Harbour in this. I think he did a really great job at the Red Guardian, and he brought such a great energy. And again, no spoilers for either of the things that I'm talking about, but there is a plot point for his character that kind of mirrors his current situation in Stranger Things. And I'm just hoping the thing that happens in this film happens in season 4. I think the only real negative thing that stood out for me was Ray Winston's Russian accent. I think everyone did a relatively good job at keeping it, but his was kind of dropping in and out. I thought he did quite a good job at the character and he was a very good villain, but the accent was just a bit too distracting for me, whereas the other people, I didn't really notice it. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. I think it had some of the best fight sequences that we've seen in the MCU so far. And I just found every part of the film so exciting. And for those who like to stick around for the post-credit scene, there is one right at the end of the credits, so make sure you don't miss that. But I'm going to discuss that in a minute when I talk about the spoilers. So yeah, if you haven't seen it already, then go check out Black Widow in cinemas or on Disney Plus via Premier Access. So if you haven't seen it, please turn off now. Thank you so much for watching. I loved the post-credit scene. I got so excited because it meant that Yelena was alive and well and she was going to have a possible return in future MCU projects. It was a really nice, powerful ending. This was the only reason that I was happy it was a prequel, because we wouldn't have got this scene if it was before Endgame. But then Julia Louis-Dreyfus coming in as Valentina and then hinting at Yelena's return to avenge Nat's death by going after Hawkeye. So yeah, it looks like she's coming back for the Hawkeye series, which I am so excited about. So yeah, if you've seen Black Widow, then let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more of this. But as always, stay safe and look after yourselves. Bye.